Hi, so now we're going to show you the 8-step basic. I'm going to teach the follower step and Diego will come back and show the leader step. So the followers begin with their feet together, toes apart, shifting our weight to the right leg, and we're going to step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross left over right, 5, keeping your toes closed. Transfer your weight, step back with the right, 6, side 7, 8. Begin by shifting our weight to our right, and you're going to go forward 1, side 2, back 3, 4, cross your left over right, 5, toes together. Shift your weight back with the right, 6, side 7, 8. And from here, just wait for the next signal, making sure that you keep your spine straight and weight slightly on the balls of your feet. So now Diego's going to come back, show you the leader step.
Okay, so here we go. You have a small back step, 1, side 2, forward step 3, forward step 4, 5, small forward step 6, side 7, and change of weight 8. And we have small step back 1, side step 2, forward 3, forward 4, cross the lady, change the weight 6, 7, change weight 8. And from here you can do it again if you wish. Change your weight to your left leg, leaders, and we have 1, 2, step on the outside 3, step on the outside 4, cross your partner with your torso as you bring your feet together. That's number 5. And 6, 7, 8. If you wanted to repeat this step, you can. And we have 1, 2, step on the outside, 3, 4, cross your partner, 5, change weight, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
When you're doing the 8-step basic as a follower, make sure you don't start to lead your partner. It's very important that you let the leader be the leader and you be the follower.
The point that is most important is the cross as a leader. Make sure that you use your spiral to lead your partner, and always remember never to use the grip of your arm, of your hands. So when you get to this position, you want to spiral your torso as you bring your feet together. There you have it. First you have to find the beat, and finding the beat is pretty much the downbeat. Finding the downbeat is pretty much anything that makes your head nod. Down, down, and you step on that. And all the time, you step on that beat. You can also speed it up a little, is what we call a quick, quick, slow. And Anna's gonna show us this.
Slow, quick, quick, slow. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. So if I were gonna walk, I would just have to keep going. So I go slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow, or slow, slow, quick, quick, slow.
The other thing you can do while you're dancing tango is you pause. You could pause at any moment and within the length of time that you wish. So if we put numbers to the music or to the beats, we have 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So if you're wondering what happens to those even numbers, you're actually transitioning to the next step. So if Diego were to count the 1, 3, you can see that my trailing leg is that transition, which is your even number, so you have time. So if you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to speed it up, then I would have a quick, slow, and we will use the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to slow it down a lot, I will use the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Porque me engaña, yo sé que un hombre no debe llorar. Si los pastos conversaran, esa pampa le diría de qué modo la quería, con qué fiebre la adoré. Cuántas veces de rodillas tembloroso picado.
Hi, so now we're going to discover leg wraps.
Yes, so we're going to take that from a back ocho. Let's try it. We're going to go side, give a back ocho feeling or a boleo feeling in this case. Insert the leg, and she's going to meet into a leg wrap here. You step onto it for it to be cleared. Let's take a look at it from this perspective. Side, you step around, bend your knee, and now you give sort of a planeo feeling into the leg. So now she is wrapping her leg around mine. In order to get out of this, we're going to step onto the foot. Try not to move the lady into something, but rather step your weight onto that leg. And she will realize that she has to move the foot out of the way.
So in order to feel these leads, the sensations are as so. So I know that it's a boleo feeling or a back ocho, and I know to extend my leg because my partner has changed his level. So I know to stretch my leg back. As I come around, I know to maintain myself in that level because his knees are still bent. And here I make contact with his upper leg. I know to begin to wrap because he starts to transfer weight. He starts to move over to his right leg, and there I can create a little wrap. As he transfers all the way, I quickly take my legs out by bringing them together, and we're ready for the next step.
Make sure that after you lead the boleo back around here, you bring your leg close to her standing leg so that she can be in balance. You don't have to look at any of these things. You have to feel. Tango is all about feeling. And what you want to do is touch her leg, and she will be able to wrap in balance. If you don't, she's going to be off balance. So you're going to be around.
Step closer to our standing leg.
Quiero en su pecho mi pena volca, beba conmigo y si se empaña, de vez en cuando vivos al cantar. No es que la llore porque me engaña, yo sé que un hombre no debe llorar. Si los pastos conversaran, esa pampa le diría de qué modo la quería, con qué fiebre la adoré. Cuántas veces de rodillas tembloroso se me hincado bajo el árbol deshojado donde un día la besé. Y hoy al verla envilecida, otros brazos entregada, fue pa' mí no puñalada y de celos me cegué.
Alright, so now we're going to teach Colgadas.
Colgadas is an off-axis movement that hangs. So colgar means to hang. So when you colgar something, you hang it. And to practice it, it's good to take yourself in practice position and think back when you were young and you lean like so and you round around like in the park. The difference here in tango and in dance is that we don't throw our shoulders back because it's too much to hold. So what we do is we bend our knees and we pull from our tailbones. And this is what creates the colgada. Never, ever do this. You might fall in the dance floor.
So it's the same concept of keeping your spine straight from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, and you're just gonna pretend like you're gonna sit on a chair, keeping your back straight. Since our heads weigh too much, that'll send us off.
Right. You can practice this to get the feeling of a colgada. We're gonna teach you a colgada from a side parada here. Now, we're gonna send the follower out.
By stretching your elbows slightly. And I will receive that and stretch it from my hip.
Right.
I'll pretend like I'm sitting on the side of a chair.
Right.
And I make sure to feel my partner's hand.
Notice that we move together. As I send her out, so do I. I send myself out. Yes? Once you send the follower out, you have to shift your weight like so. So you're all going to be on one leg, which would be the right for both of you. And then you turn. So you're gonna go side, parada, colgada, and then you're gonna step back to create the turn. Let's do it in one motion. Don't be afraid to do a small one at first. A colgada can be like this. But we want to show you something that you can aim for. Now we're going to show you an amague. An amague is an embellishment for the man, but it's a nice step to learn. Amague is a feint, as if you would have it in soccer, for instance, or football, or any other sport, where the man, or the player rather, fakes the opponent. My opponent here is Anna today, so we were going to fake her out. So we're going to go and fake at a giro. So we're going to go all the way to the cross, and we're going to fake to get into a giro. Another well-common fake is a side step. A side step to come to the close side of the embrace. Or into a giro.
This is a great time to know when the follower is leading or not. So if the follower is looking at the leader's feet and you start to go amague with him without him leading it, then you know you're not doing your role correctly. So it's very important for a follower to just wait If you feel bored, then you have your little embellishments before you feel the next push or pull for the next step.
Okay, so now we're going to show you an enrosque. An enrosque is another embellishment for the leaders. And it shows poise and balance, lots of balance. So let's try it. We're going to take this from a media luna. So we have side, forward. We're going to picar or to tap. When we go side, then we're going to go forward. Once we go forward into a sacada, we're going to cross our feet and turn only on our left foot. And she steps around. Okay, so let's try that. In one motion. Pa, pica, around, into a lápiz. So this is a good example of a lot of embellishments for the leader. We have side, forward, pica, around, lápiz.
Followers, remember to always follow your partner's shoulder. That will tell you the speed, and it also help your partner have you as the focus. You will be the focus as you go around your partner.
Leaders, make sure you do not disconnect. Now, what does disconnect look like? Take a look at my shoulders. We're going to picar, and we're going to send our leader, but we are going, our follower, but we're going to stay here disconnecting. We do not want to do this. Instead, we want to look heart to heart the whole time, as much as possible. Let's try it with the music.
So paradas, any parada that the leader might do, you have a little time to embellish with only the free leg, the one that has no weight. From here, you can caress your partner's leg, come across, caress your leg, feet together, and just wait for his lead.
Leaders, make sure you give time for this. Who doesn't want to be caressed?
Now we're going to try forward ochos. Forward ochos, the transitions are in the middle, are in the waiting time. So as my partner brings me around, I have time to do a double cross until I feel the next push. And then you're ready to go.
No es que la llore porque me engaña, yo sé que un hombre no debe llorar. Si los pastos conversaran esa pampa le diría de qué modo la quería, con qué fiebre la adoré. Cuántas veces de rodillas tembloroso yo vengado bajo el árbol deshojado donde un día la besé. Y hoy al verla envilecida, otros brazos entregada, fue pa' mí una puñalada y de celos me cegué. Y le juro todavía no consigo convencerme.
So now we're going to teach you planeos. Planeos and caricitas tend to get confusing. So the difference with a planeo is that your partner will actually lower your level
By lowering his,
and that will create your leg to create a longer stride. But you will still maintain all your weight on one axis as he takes you around. So you will maintain this low figure until he changes his level, bringing your feet together.
When we talk about changes of level, we're pretty much talking about following the bend of the knees. So if I bend my knee, she bends her knees. It's pretty simple. Calecita, on the other hand, doesn't have that, as you've seen before. It's a straight figure, okay? Let's take this planeo from the forward ochos. Side, all the way to the cross, into a forward ocho. When she comes into that forward ocho, I'm gonna step around her and start to walk back. Make sure you don't vary the size of the step as much as possible, and just bring your feet together once you step with the right. And for me, you can continue dancing. So the way the leading works for a planeo is through your bend of knee. So when I bend my knee, she's gonna bend her knee. Now I'm gonna step around and maintain that bend of knee as I go down, around. For instance, if I do this, bam, and come back up, she's gonna be in a calecita. So her trailing leg will not be long, and therefore it won't be a planeo.
Una puñalada y de celos me cegué, y le juro todavía no consigo convencerme cómo pude contenerme si ahí nomás no la maté. Como yo digo, mándese un trago, de las mujeres mejor no hay que hablar, todas amigos dan muy mal pago. Y hoy mi experiencia lo puede afirmar. Siga un consejo, no se enamore. Y si una vuelta le toca hocicar, fuerza canejo, sufra y no llore, que un...
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into a ocho forward to the left, and from here you're gonna do a planeo. What's keeping me in balance is that I send her first and I follow her movement. So in slow motion, if I can, I'll show you how it looks. From here, I send her first, then I continue with my body. Right? You don't want to do this in a crowded floor.
So the followers would just take his movement and just keep doing a giro around your partner.
Right. When there's a general lead around, followers know to do forward side, back side. Let's try this with the music.
Y de celos me cegué y le juro no más no la maté. Hablar toda.
Hi, so now we're going to do some directional turns. We use directional turns because tango is very circular, so we're able to use any angle you like. You could go 45, 180, 360, to even 5 degrees.
Let's take a look from the basic. If we take a side step, usually we would take a step forward in this direction. If we want to change the direction, what we do, we step around our partner. And now my direction goes in this way. This will change the basic into a cross system, but we turned the dance around. We can also do this to many degrees. Let's say all of this space is covered and I cannot dance in any of this direction, but only back. So we have a side step, and I will turn around in a directional turn. That would also be a directional turn there. Okay. So the way we do it is by stepping around the center of our partner. So if I step here, for instance, and I shift my weight, that's going to give me this much. If I step very little, it's going to give me a little less. If I step a lot around, it's going to give me more. So it all depends on how much torque you want to get in there.
A directional turn will be anywhere where Diego will place his foot. Make sure, leaders, that you do not step too close to our standing leg, because this is where our axis is. You want to go around our center. Followers, make sure that you keep your frame steady and intact, so when he makes the turn, you still keep your spine straight and weight towards the ball of your feet. So your heels will lift up slightly, just like the ochos, turning on the balls of your foot. If you do not keep your embrace intact, as Diego goes around, you might not turn with him, or you might collapse your upper body. And you want to keep your frame tight so you're able to turn with him. Let's try it.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to show you the adornos or embellishments for the men. Keep in mind that embellishments are that. They're not all the time in the dance. They're just to embellish. Let's start with the basic. When you first begin, to prepare, you can embellish here. The follower can also receive this lead and follow it. The side step can also have a little circular motion there. Now, let's take a look at the ochos and how we can embellish if the follower is embellishing and we want to accompany her. Side to the cross. We can embellish here, or we can tap. If we parada, we don't embellish. We allow the lady to embellish herself. Continue. Always keep in mind, you don't want to put too many of these.
Si los pastos conversaran esa pampa le diría de qué modo la quería, con qué fiebre la adoré. Cuántas veces de rodillas temblorosos vengados bajo el árbol.
So the back ocho, we're going to start it from a side step. So I go forward, side, my leader pivots me, and I pivot on my right leg, take a back step, pivot, my leader pushes, pivots, push, pivot. And it's up to him the resolution. So as I go forward, side, my leader will start to lead me to a pivot onto my right leg. Then I take a back step, pivot, take a back step, pivot. And this designs a figure 8, stepping back. And that's the back ocho.
So we're going to take it from a side step. We're going to go side. As you change your weight, you're going to lead your partner, change your weight. Then you step, lead your partner. Notice that when I bring my feet together, I lead my partner. So this is like nightclub dancing. Be relaxed, enjoy the movement. Side, spiral feet together, side, spiral feet together, side, spiral feet together. So, we're going to start with the side step. Shift your weight to your right, leaders, side, pivot your partner, step back. As you bring your feet together, you lead the partner. Feet together, lead the partner. Now here you're going to have a quick step to change the weight, and you continue to the basic step. Cross the follower, and you can resolution. Let's take a look at this from this angle. We have change of weight, side, change of weight, left, and right, and left. Be relaxed. Don't force your embrace. From here, as you pivot, you're going to change your weight so that we can start back again to the basic. You can resolution, or you can also walk forward if you wish. So if Anna is crossed, you can just walk forward and continue dancing. You don't always have to have the resolution. Hi, we're going to teach you today how to change your weight from leg to leg, or we call this Cambio de Peso. So, it's very simple actually. We place our weight on one leg, and then we switch our weight to the other leg, but we do this in an up motion. We don't rise, but we don't bend either when we change our weight. So there's no undercurve, it's a rainbow feeling. We use the change of weight in the music to find the beat. Once I find the beat, I go ahead.
oiga un consejo, no se enamore. Y si una muerte
There you have it. You have a change of weight to play with. Okay, now we're going to show you the Calecita or Carousel. And a Carousel is a carousel. So you can take it from any step, really. You can take it from a side step, you can take it from a forward step, you can take it from a back step. But we're going to show it to you from a forward step, okay? So you're going to take your partner and you're going to switch your weight to your left. You're going to take a step forward. Now, here, there's a very important lead. You want to maintain your partner on her axis. If it's an experienced follower, she will not change weight. But if it's an inexperienced follower, most likely she might change the weight. So you give her a little hint. No, this is where you're going to go. Okay? And you're going to just walk around. The steps have to be same distance, otherwise she starts to fall on us. Believe it or not, that's another step, but not now. In a Carousel or Calecita, this is what you want to have. You square off again with her, making sure that this is your free leg, and you can continue into a basic, and so on. So, change your weight. And step there, make sure she's on the leg you want her to be, and you come around. This is a great time for the follower to do a little embellishments, if she wishes to do so. Square off with her, meaning hips and shoulders are in the same line, and you can continue to dance.
Followers, make sure that, again, you maintain your frame intact, having a palm-to-palm sensation from the palm of his hand to his scapula. And as he goes around, you want to help him understand where your access is so he can go around. If your arms are loose, one, you won't follow him, and two, he won't know where your feet are in space. And when you're going around, make sure you keep looking at the center of his body so you can maintain a small V shape until he squares you off to take another step.
Quiero en su pecho mi pena volca, beba conmigo y si se empaña, de vez en cuando vivos al cantar, no es que la llore porque me engaña, yo sé que un hombre no debe llorar. Si los pastos conversaran esa pampa le diría.
So now we're going to show you the cross basic system. And we're going to show you this together. So we have side. We're going to change our weight without leading her to it. Going all the way to the cross, lead her to the cross, and then resolution it like so. So we have 1, 2, change weight, 3, 4, cross her on 5, 6, 7, 8. As you might have noticed, the big difference here is that we change weight.
Only the leaders, the follower stays and waits.
This changes the cross. From here we drag the foot in a continuous motion to the 6. Okay, so now we're going to show you a barrida or arrastre. A barrida means to sweep and arrastre means to drag. Shall we?
We shall.
We're gonna step side and give a parada. Slightly change your weight and lead your partner to a back step. From here, you're gonna barrida or drag or sweep. Let's take a look at that. When I'm barrida in, we bend the knees. Try not to do the Frankenstein. Okay.
So make sure your knees are bent and your thighs are coming together so that you give each other space to sweep or drag.
After you have the barrida or the drag, bring your follower to a sandwich, cross over, and continue to dance. Okay. Let's take a look at it from a different angle. Side, parada, back step, barrida her. A good point to have here is for the follower to maintain the pressure in this direction so that she is not going ahead of me or the leader at that point. Sandwich, crossover, change of weight, and there you have it.
So followers, make sure that you maintain that pressure and don't go ahead of your partner unless you feel a push or a pull sensation. Again, follow his chest and come around. Re-embrace.
Find the beat.
Hi, so now we're going to show you the front ocho.
It's an ocho because you make an 8-figure on the floor.
We're going to take the front ocho from the basic step. So I'm going to begin with the basic, forward, side, back, back, cross, and from here I'm going to start the front ocho. I'm going to shift my weight to the left and pivot on my left, keeping my chest looking at my partner and my hips facing the next direction. You're going to step forward, pivot, making sure you remember what leg you're on. Step forward, pivot on the left, forward on the right, pivot on the right, forward on the left, pivot on the left. One more time. And back to a salida. I'm going to begin starting from the basic. Forward, side, back, back, cross. And from the cross, I'm going to pivot onto my left, keeping my chest towards my partner. Step forward on the right, pivot on the right. Forward on the left, pivot on the left, on the right, to the left, and then your partner might take you to a salida. And that's the front ocho.
We have from the basic, back, side, forward, forward. You cross the lady. From here you uncross the lady by giving a counterclockwise lead. And you step with her to lead to step forward ocho. And in your movement in your torso, you want to assimilate an ocho feeling. Once you step on the left, you're going to change weight and you're going to exit or salida back to the ocho. And from the basic, back, side, forward, forward. Cross your partner, uncross your partner by giving a counterclockwise pivot and step with her. You can do as many of these as you wish. Once you come around, change weight, and you continue to a resolution. Let's take a look at this in partner.
Take your partner to the cross, and from here, turn your shoulders counterclockwise. Step, lead your partner, step.
Make sure you bring your feet together, leaders. This gives the follower time to pivot. You can do as many of these as you wish, preferably no more than 2 or 3. 3 is pushing it. And you have a resolution. Let's take a look at this from another angle. We have from the basic, back, all the way to the cross. Make sure you uncross her first, then you step with her. Feet together for both of you. Once you step here, there's a change of weight, and then
Hi, so now we're going to teach you the grapevine or giros. So the giros can be introduced by the leader any which way. He can take it from any step of the basic, and then we'll do our part. So I'm going to teach you the giro for the follower, and Diego will come back and tell us different ways to get in and out of it. So, since we could take it from any step, we're just going to get down to business. So a giro or a grapevine starts with a forward, a side, a back, and then it'll repeat itself again, side. And that's a full turn, so it goes forward, side, back, side. And then you can also do it to the other side. So you go side, and I could turn the other way, forward, side, back, side. So let's try it from this angle. So it could start from a forward ocho, forward step, side, back, side. Remember that your partner is the center and you're revolving around him.
So let's try it from the cross position. We're going to go all the way to the cross position. The difference here is that I'm going to base myself like so. I'm going to unwind her like a forward ocho, and I'm going to lead her forward, side, back. When she reaches to the back point, I'm going to give an ocho lead. Notice that the whole time I'm in between just swiveling. This is so that you can concentrate on leading your partner and keeping the time. She is reading your time as a leader. Back. And from here, you can close this step. So you go all the way to the cross. And now you're going to lead a forward step. Leading this is a continuous motions around. So think like you're hitchhiking around, right? As you swivel your feet. From here, you're going to change the direction by leading the back ocho, and you continue to swivel. You stop the step when she's stepping forward. Change your footwork, and there you have it. Now, let's try this from a back ocho. It's the same thing, but it's another option that you can do. So we're going to go side. You're going to take a step back. And you're going to lead a back ocho all around to a front ocho. The lady can play with the foot, as Anna did. These are embellishments that we will cover later.
So I'm going to make sure that I'm going around my partner. I'm trying to reach to his shoulder where he's leading me. So I'm going to start to go towards the center of his chest is my guide.
Y hoy mi experiencia lo puede afirmar. Siga un consejo, no se enamore. Y si una vuelta le toca hocicar, fuerza canejo, sufra y no llore, que un hombre macho no debe llorar.
So now we're going to teach you the gancho. We're going to do it from a forward ocho and from a back ocho. So a gancho, similar to a boleo, you're going to take it from a rock step or from a stop, and you're going to brush the floor and try to kick your butt. Just brush the floor and try to brush from your hips, just like a walk, but it's just going to lift up, and you're going to see why now.
A common mistake that most followers at the beginning do is when they come around and do the gancho, they leave it here. You want to put it all the way back. Okay, let's try it with the basic. So let's take it from a back ocho. From the back ocho, you're going to over-rotate the back ocho. So no longer are you going to lead it here, but you're going to lead it closer to you. Place the foot around her foot into a gancho.
And I brush back. I feel the lead just like a back step, but since his leg's in a way, that is what's creating my leg to lift in the air.
We continue in the basic to a cross, forward ocho, and we stopped the trailing leg. Now, we lead a back step, and this allows the gancho to happen. Notice that I am not in a straight leg, otherwise she can't do the gancho. I receive the gancho on a bent leg. And this holds true for the gancho in the back ocho. We make a resolution or a salida from a forward step. Let's look at this from a different angle. We have an ocho, and we overturn one of the ochos, place it, come back to feet together, go into the basic step, to the cross, lead a forward step, but we stop it, as you probably would do in a sacada. So think something like so. And we rewind into the gancho. She takes a forward step, I place my feet together, I lead her into another forward step, we can re-embrace and continue the dance.
¿Cómo pude contenerme si hay...
So the media luna is going to be a circular step. So we're going to go around our partner. So we're going to start it from a side step. So we're going to start side, and we're going to go back, side around my partner, forward around my partner, always aiming for his shoulder. Then he'll bring me around, feet together, and I'll wait for the next lead. So remember, keep your back straight, and when you're stepping, step towards your partner's center. So let's try from this angle. So we're going to go forward, side, back, side around my partner, forward. Make sure you turn your chest towards your partner, and your foot will aim for the center of his chest. And you can keep going from there. And Diego would teach us the leaders.
So the media luna is a very useful tool for floor craft. Because it's circular, it maintains you in the same place. The media luna will help you when people are in front of you. Let's take a look. So we have side, forward from the basic. Here, you're going to lead your partner side as you take a back step. You're going to lead your partner forward as you change your weight to the left. Change your weight and side, forward. Lead your partner side, forward as you step to the side. side, forward, together step, and around.
So as Diego leads me around, I have to make sure that I step towards the center of his body. So we step together here. We're gonna step together and my foot is going to aim for the front of his chest. Bring my feet together, and again, I wanna aim for the middle of his chest. Although he's leading it, but I wanna make sure that I'm really gonna stay close to him. So our circle. So now we're going to do the Ocho Cortado. From the basic, going forward, side, back, back, cross. Your partner will pivot to you, take you to a forward Ocho, but now he's going to cut. Instead of finishing the turn, he'll cut you and slice you into the cross again, into the salida. So the Ocho Cortado, again from the basic, forward, side, back, back, cross. He'll pivot you slightly, take you forward, and instead of bringing you back around, he'll cut and slice you right back into the cross and maybe into a salida. Remember, keeping your back straight, weight over the balls of your feet, and your frame connected.
From the basic, back, side, forward, forward, cross. Now here, as you lead her and uncross her, you're going to take the step back with her as she steps forward. Spiral your body, step in between her feet, and then take her and cross her back again. From here, you finish it like a regular basic. Forward, side, and together. Let's take a look at it from another angle. We have back, all the way to the cross. Make sure you cross, you uncross, and as she steps forward, you follow that, and you stop the Ocho from happening. You bring her back to the cross, and your resolution with a forward, side, feet together. We have, once again, all the way to the cross. This time, you're going to accompany her forward step, and you're going to stop her right foot. Then you bring her back to a cross and a resolution. So we have back, all the way to the cross. You want to lead by thinking your left shoulder back. You accompany the step. Then you lead your partner by opening the door this way. And then you sharply close it.
Bring her back into a cross.
From here, you can resolution. The Ocho Cortado tends to be done in a quick, slow musicality. So we have something like this. And quick, slow. One more time. E. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, we're going to show you what a parada looks like. Parada means to stop or pause.
So parada, we're going to take it from, again, the basic. So I'm going to start with forward, side, back, back, cross. My leader pivots me, takes me out of the cross. I step forward, Ocho, and he'll stop. I want to make sure that I bring my heels together, toes apart, so my partner can actually stop my right foot in between my instep. So this way I give him space. Then I'm going to step across towards his center, and he'll bring me around and we'll face each other. And he can finish it any which way he wants.
So we have side, all the way to an Ocho forward, cross your partner, don't forget to uncross them. Now you're gonna take a step back with your left and parada her. Now, from here, you're gonna wait and allow her to step over your foot as you transfer your weight to your right. And from here on, your resolution in whichever way you wish to do. Back, side, all the way to the cross, uncross your partner. Give a little space here. You want to open up. You don't want to maintain very close.
And you'll do that by slightly extending your elbows on the other side. And I will do the same as well.
You're going to step with her. And this is the foot that you want to parada. So you're going to stop there. Make sure that you do not stop way in here. You want to stop somewhere in the middle of the foot.
From here, I acknowledge my partner's foot. I'm going to step close towards the center of his chest, and he will displace me, and we can keep going.
Notice that I'm transferring my weight to the right leg. From here, we're back in parallel system, so we're able to walk. Okay, let's try it from a different angle. We have the basic all the way to the cross. Take a step with her. Parada this front step that she took. Give her a moment to cross over. Step around, transfer your weight. Here, transfer your weight, and then you continue walking. Let's improvise this step.
Mándese un trago, de las mujeres mejor no hay que hablar, todas amigos dan muy mal pago, y hoy mi experiencia lo puede afirmar. Siga un consejo, no se enamore, y si una vuelta le toca hocicar, fuerza canejo, sufra y no llore, que un hombre macho no debe llorar.
So now we're going to show you the lapis. And the lapis is primarily called a pencil. And the gentleman is the one that does this figure or embellishment. So we're going to take it from the media luna. So you're going to go side, forward. You're going to do this type of figure, which is the lapis, once. As you lead her side and forward. Once you stop her there, you cross her around and you can continue dancing. Let's try it from a different perspective. So we have side, forward, lapis, lead her around, parada. She crosses over, and then the step is finished. Let's take a look at it with our partner.
So for the follower, we're just going to do the media luna and follow our partners.
Side, forward. Start the lapis as you lead around, and parada your lady, like so. Like a regular parada, you lead her to go across as you transfer your weight. Let's take another look. And side, forward, around to a parada, forward step, transfer your weight. Let's take it from a side step. And side, forward, lapis, as she does the media luna, into a parada. She crosses over, you change your weight. The coordination happens like so. You begin forward, side, she does side. You bring your feet together so to give space for the forward step. And then you parada, the foot like so.
And now acknowledge his foot in a sandwich.
She crosses over, and there we go.
Si los pastos conversaran, esa palma le diría de qué modo la quería, con qué fiebre la adoré. Cuántas veces de rodillas tembloroso yo vengado bajo el árbol deshojado donde un día la besé. Y hoy al verla envilecida, otros brazos entregada, fue pa' mí una puñalada y de celos me cegué. Y le juro todavía no consigo convencerme como pude.
Hi, so today we're going to show you the rock step or la cadencia.
Sometimes it's not as cool as well.
So now what we're going to show you is we're just going to show you individually what it would look like as your roll. So for the followers, if your partner were to be walking, a rock step just happens by bending the knee and making sure that you're shifting your hips over to the bottom of your feet. Make sure you don't start doing an Elvis by shifting your hips up. Make sure that your spine is still straight and you're just shifting your whole spine to the balls of your feet. And then from there, he might push off and keep walking.
For the leaders, it's pretty much the same exact thing. You change your weight a couple of times and you hesitate your step. This is a great step to use when there's no space on the dance floor and also to look around what's happening. Okay, we're going to show you how it works with the walk. So, you change your weight, and as you walk, somebody might be in front of you, so therefore, okay, so now we're going to show you what a sandwich looks like in tango. Ready? So Anna will show you the followers part.
So we're going to take the sandwich from a side step. So my leader will send me side. We're going to do one full back ocho. Then he will stop my leg, bring the other leg across to sandwich it. So he'll have one leg on the right and one leg on the left. Then he'll stop me and I will sandwich him. So his legs will be in between mine. And then he'll lead me to the next step. So now we're going to try it from this angle. So we'll start from the side step. You're going to do one full ocho back. Your partner will stop you. And the sandwich will just be 1 foot on the right, 1 foot on the left, and you're right in the middle. Then he'll go back and you'll sandwich him. Now his leg, his toes will be in the middle of your 2 feet. Then you step across and he can lead you to the next steps.
From the leader's perspective, we're going to take it from a back ocho. So we take a side step, we pivot the lady, we do one ocho, and we do lead the next ocho, but we stop, or a parada. We sandwich her legs, so I am the bread and she's the meat at this point. I step back, and as I step back, I lead her to come towards me so that she can sandwich my foot. So at this point now, I am the meat and she is the bread. She comes across, as a regular parada would be, and I transfer my weight. From here, your right leg is free, so the usual thing to do is to take a step back to begin from the basic step. Parada her, sandwich, bring her as you take that step back. Lead her across, step into your left to have the right free. And try it again. Back, side, pivot, parada the front. Bring her with you.
And now I sandwich him. I step around. And now we can re-embrace to a close embrace.
Remember, when you do the parada, it's not the foot that's parada in, but the fact that you stop. You stop your movement. So don't stop her in this direction with your hand. Just stop your movement. Then come in. And there you have
The
a
sandwich.
sanduchito.
Hi, so now we're going to try the volcadas.
Volcada means to spill. So we're going to get our partners to spill their weight on us. Okay. Generally, you can do this in a big step, but I recommend, or we'd recommend, that it is done in a small amount. So let's start with the side step. Normally, we step in the side step like so, but for the volcada, we got to step away from our partners so that they can spill their weight on us like so. A small step, if we take a little bigger step, it's too much for the ladies. The back is going to kill. We don't want that. It kills the chemistry. So just a slight step back to get that initiation. As you get that, you're going to give a circular feeling to cross as you step. So the lead for the leader is side, around, and goes. Think of stirring something, like stirring a soup, for instance. Wah-ba. Okay?
So you really want to pretend like you're drawing a figure on the floor with my leg. And that'll portray through your upper body. So the purpose is to bring my left leg around into a cross off axis. So followers, make sure that your embrace is really intact. And what you want to do is you don't want to collapse your back in the embrace. Keeping that technique of spine straight, it's like doing a plank pose in yoga. You're going to slightly do a small push-up and the flexion will happen in your ankles. And as he takes you forward, you let that leg loose from the hip joint, yeah? So as he takes me side, I'm already slightly off axis and he brings my leg around. It's really important that you keep your leg loose from the hip joint so then you can create a nice, smooth, circular movement.
Yes. Leaders, make sure that you do not do this with the arm again. You move the torso as a whole piece. Pa, wa, boom. Not pa, wa, boom. Let's try it.
Hi, so today we're going to discuss embraces and how to maintain space between your partner.
Let's take a look at the close embrace. You walk towards your partner, making sure that you step in between her foot. You offer your arm.
And I will connect with him palm to palm.
Make sure that you're not tight, you're just embracing. And here, you are going to embrace her around her waist or the mid part of her back.
And I will do the same.
And we both lean forward a tiny bit towards each other, making the chest connect.
By shifting weight to the balls of your feet.
Great. Let's take a look at this from this angle. Step towards her. You offer your hand.
Palm to palm.
Embrace around the waist.
And I'll connect my palm to his scapula.
And then the chest meet. We take a look at the open embrace. It's pretty much the same thing. You walk towards your partner. You offer your hand. Embrace around. But this time we keep a little more space between each other.
And the connection stays the same. So you're going to be embracing circularly around your partner, creating a palm-to-palm feeling, and elbows just slightly relaxed.
You want to maintain a type of resistance, not many very strong, but you want to create a type of resistance so that when you're dancing or moving around, you don't collapse into each other. Something like this.
So make sure that you maintain the frame by just creating some pressure around your partner's back.
Great. This is true for the ladies as well. If you loosen up your, if you have spaghetti arms, then this type of thing happens when you dance.
Porque me engaña, yo sé que un hombre no debe llorar. Si los pastos conversaran esa pampa le diría de qué modo la quería, con qué fiebre.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about posture in the Argentine Tango. So for the follower, it's very, very, very important, and I believe for the leader as well, to keep your spine straight, feeling it from the base of your spine all the way to the tip of your head. When you're going to embrace your partner, you would like to make sure that your whole entire spine shifts slightly to the balls of your feet. That's how we're going to start creating this pyramid effect, slightly.
But not so much that you're crunching your toes. The same holds true for the leaders. You want to maintain a straight spine. You don't want to be too rigid in army position. You want to be relaxed, straight, but not hunched. So when you take your partner, you want to feel comfortable here and not sleeping on someone. We do share a little bit of the axis, so we do press against each other a little, but it's not hunched, as we said before.
And again, that comes from just slightly putting a little bit of weight on the balls of your feet. As far as the posture or the angles of your head, it all depends on your style. So I have the option of slightly looking towards the floor or in this angle towards our hand of my partner. I also have the option of looking over his shoulder. And this connection with your head, try to make sure you're not digging your head into your partner. It just happens naturally.
And as far as the leader is concerned, we're always looking towards the left. In an open embrace, you want to avoid looking at your feet, which will hunch you, and it's not inviting to your partner. In the early tango, called canyengue, it was danced cheek to cheek, bent knees, bent back, which made this type of posture, and it evolved through time to a more straight posture. So we're going to take a look at how to lead and how to follow in Argentine Tango. There are two main things that you want to think about when you're, or steps or ways of leading and following. First, when you're stepping, so you take your partner, and when I'm stepping, I am either pushing or pulling in a lead. But I don't do this with the arms, okay? You do it by moving your bodies and maintaining the connection. Okay? And then there's something called a pivoting. And that is done by the spiral of the chest. Let's take a look at it from this side. So if we go, she will be pivoting. And there's no stepping here, as you can see. If I want to step, I will push or pull. And keep in mind that you're not pushing from the arms, okay?
And as a follower, it's all about understanding and receiving the information through your embrace. So if Diego were to walk with me, I would feel the pressure through my upper body, and that'll start to right away give me an energy to start moving my legs, because the objective is for Diego to lead my legs, not to lead my torso. So right away, if I feel pressure, I will start to stretch my leg back or chase his other foot forward and again side to side. As for pivoting, I also have to receive from my upper body, and that'll help me move. So I believe in 50-50. So he'll give me a little signal and I'll start to take that energy and pivot. Another important thing about following is you have to just remember where your partner led your weight shift. So if Diego shifts his weight or takes a step, I'm not gonna on my own change legs. I'm gonna maintain myself on that leg that he placed me until he gives me the next signal. So from here, I'll wait for him until I feel a push or a pull or a pivot.
Also, in the pivot, you don't change weight. You're always on one leg, ladies.
And you turn on one leg, not on two, not the twist. So from here,
the ladies are always on one leg.
Turn on one leg, and the other one is just caressing the floor.
So now we're going to show you how to lead a sacada for the followers. Okay? This is a more advanced step because you have to be precise in your lead. And to be precise in your lead, you have to have some ears behind your back. But nonetheless, you should still try it. Now, we're going to go into cross system here. And I'm going to take a step forward. And I'm going to lead Anna to sacada my back foot. Then I'm going to lead her to sacada my side foot. I also lead her to come 2 feet together as such. So there's a lot of leading here, but it's fun. So we go forward, side, forward, side, forward, side. This type of movement that is mixed is also called the cadena. So you're learning a lot of things here.
An important part of the lead is to maintain your partner going around. And from here, you want to make sure that you don't overturn your partner to take a back step. You just want to bring her foot together, and you're having a lot of opposition from your upper body and your hips. Notice how when Diego takes a step, he maintains the circle motion. Followers, don't be scared to step where your partner is leading you. Take a nice forward step and a nice side step. A nice forward step and a nice side step.
From here, you end up in a cross system, but you know how to go into a cross system, so you can cross and get out of it.
Los pastos conversaron esa pampa de diría, de qué modo la quería, con qué fiebre la adoré. Cuántas veces de rodillas tembloroso yo pecado, bajo el árbol deshojado donde un día la besé.
The salida is up to you.
Y hoy al verla envilecida, otros brazos
And there we have it.
entregada.
So now we're going to go with sacadas. And we're going to teach you sacadas in the Giro. But what is a sacada? Sacada is a displacement of the foot. So in other words, I take her space. Sacada literally means to take out. Now, you take her with the embrace, and we're going to go all the way to the cross. So I know that my right leg is free. So as I lead, I'm gonna place my foot right next to hers. So we're gonna sacada that foot. Now, we're gonna sacada the side foot. And finally, we're gonna sacada her front foot. After this, we're gonna conclude with a forward step. And then we can walk.
So the followers in the sacada, we are just doing a grapevine or a giro. So you're gonna go forward while the leader displaces what will turn into your free leg. And then you go side. Here, you're gonna follow your partner's movement so that he can displace your feet. Make sure that your connection stays strong and you're always following your partner's chest as you go around.
To lead a sacada, it's only that I'm taking her place, so I don't necessarily have to push her out with my foot. It's a misconception to do that. What we do is once I place my foot, I keep on leading so that she can move out of my way. It's almost like opening a door, per se. From here, and we do that each time. In the forward, when you're taking out the forward step, it feels like there is going to be some contact, but you're not looking for that contact. So in a way, this is a way to embellish the giro, if you would.
So the lead, the follower will feel the lead because the leader is just opening his chest. So that'll create the circular motion to keep going around him.
Right, you don't have to lead each one individually. You just give a general lead, and you know through practice that that's what's the step, the giro. You know that is, in this case, front, side, back. So your sacada in the trailing legs.
So a salida basically is like a door. A door can be an entrance or it could be an exit. So with this step, it's meant for is you can begin or you can exit using the same step.
We're going to illustrate this with the 8-count basic. So mind you, we're not going to teach you the 8-count basic, just what is a salida. So a salida can be either stepping back because it's the beginning of the step, or it can be stepping side as the beginning of the step. So that would be the entrance to a pattern. Or if you resolve the 8 basic step, you have this resolution here, side and feet together. And this would be a resolution for the step. It's good to know that you have these options, because when you're taking classes, from time to time, the teacher will say, you can salida in this way and you can salida in that way. Or you can salida from a side step, and then you will understand what is happening inside the classroom. And this is pretty much the usage that you have for salida. Another way to illustrate a salida is from a parada, for instance. So if we have a parada, I'm going to resolve this step by doing a tango close.
Or a forward and side step. So the salida from here would be Diego steps forward and side, or the follower will step back and side.
So the salida, think of the salida as the glue from one pattern to another pattern. But tango doesn't always have to be improvised in set patterns. There can be a pattern within the pattern within the pattern. And at that point, they're just all mini steps.
So think of the salida as a period to a sentence. So if we're dancing the tango, Diego can use any sequence he wants and I have to follow. And this would be a period.
Now we're going to show you a triple arrastre. So that means that we're going to show you 3 arrastres. So let's try it. I'm going to take a space this way. We started just the same way we started the first one. Parada, lead the lady as if you were leading an ocho back. We have the first arrastre. Now we come and meet together again. Change weight, leaders, to your left leg. Step back, and now she is going to arrastrar your leg. Come back to feet together. Change weight to your right leg, and repeat the first arrastre we had. We conclude the step the same way we conclude one arrastre. And from the side step, side, parada, back step. Don't forget to bend your knees. Bring your feet together. Now here, we're going to change weight. So this leg is going to be free. Once again, we lead the lady to a back step. As we take a back step ourselves, she arrastrar our leg. And now, come back. Change weight. So now our left leg is free. We take a side forward step to come back to that original arrastre we learned. And there you have it. Let's try it with the music. So one of the things that we got to keep in mind is how do we lead the arrastre? For the lady to do the arrastre, because on this first arrastre, we just move the follower with our weight. But now, in this second one, or the middle one, we need to have the ladies to do the arrastre to us. So now we have to maintain our pressure of our foot that way, not too much because we don't want them to struggle, as we lead a side step to the follower. So basically you move her to the side and you allow her to arrastrar. Come together, step together, arrastre.
Hi, so now we're going to show you walking in parallel and walking in cross system. So when we're walking in parallel, the follower tends to always walk backwards. So when you're walking backwards, a couple things you want to remember as you're walking: keep your heels together and toes apart, and brush the floor and brush your feet together. If your partner changes direction, it'll still stay the same in the walk. So no matter if your partner is walking in parallel or cross system, you want to really stretch your knees from your hip and brush your feet, keeping one slightly lifted so you remember what leg you're on or what leg he led you.
When we're working forward, we want to avoid having the cowboy stance. So what we do is we brush our knees together. So think about this: foot, knee, heel. Foot, knee, heel, okay? Foot, knee, heel. foot, knee, heel, foot, knee, heel, foot, knee, heel, foot, knee, heel, all around.
So when you're walking with your partner, remember to keep your spine straight, weight over the balls of your feet, and don't move until you feel a signal, a push, or a pull lead from your partner.
So we begin. Shift your weight to find out which leg you're going to be on, and press the floor to begin. You're going to be dancing directly in front of your partner in this moment.
So this is walking in parallel system.
Cross system is a little bit different. In cross system, there's a relationship that we want to have. When we do parallel, the leg that's in front of my leg moves. When we're doing cross system, we change legs. So now, when you walk, you have a different relationship.
So you want to make sure, as a leader, that this leg will follow my right leg. So you want to maintain it and brush together, and the other leg will stay on the outside just so we don't step on each other.
When you're doing the cross system, you want to change your weight, and the easiest way to change your weight without leading it to her is by crossing your feet. We'll show you how. You take a step forward with the left, bring the right foot in, and here you change the weight. So you take 2 forward steps with the left. Left, change weight, left. Left, change weight, left. So to begin this step, you're going to change your weight with a cross back, leaders. Step forward, cross, and then you have
Cross system walking.
If you want to go back to the parallel, you do the same thing. Step, cross, but here you want to make sure that you go back in front of her.
Cuántas veces de rodillas tembloroso yo vengado bajo el árbol deshojado donde un día la besé. Y hoy al verla envilecida otros brazos entregada fue pa' mí una puñalada.
Hi, so now we're going to discover single axis turns to the right and to the left. So together, the design of the single axis turns, we're gonna actually create an axis by bringing our feet together, so the center will be in our feet. And in order to create space and to create a turn, we're actually gonna create a little ball of energy between our stomachs.
We do that by bending our knees. Okay.
And in the embrace, there'll be a little bit more compression between the palms. Diego will slightly extend his elbow, which is gonna send me back. So this is how we create the space. So there's a lot of buoyancy in the embrace here as we start to turn.
Let's put this into a step. So we're gonna go into the cross system rock step. Side. And now we're in the cross system rock step. Now, we're going to catch that forward step she's stepping on, and we're going to turn on it. Step, boom. There we go. Don't be afraid to repeat a couple of rock steps in order to get the feel of it. As long as you dance to the music, you're fine. We're going to take it from the cross system rock step. So here you are in the rock step, a cross system rock step. Don't be afraid to try a couple of rock steps before you actually get to this step. We catch this step and we send around.
The lead for the follower, the sensation is the same as a giro. Your partner is going to open the door and catch you to bring you into a sandwich, while taking he will take your axis slightly off to create the turn together. So that's the turn to the right.
To the left is the same thing, but to the left. So how do we do that? We go side, we change weight, and instead of stepping on this side, we're going to step on this side with the left. We do a rock step. And just like the other step, we step at the same time and send the rotation to happen, but this time to the left. So we have side, change weight. When we change weight, we want to pivot a little bit right here, guys, so we get some space, especially if we're in close embrace. Side, step, step, rock step, and then send it. It's a fun one, so have fun with it.
De vez en cuando vivos al cantar, no es que la llore porque me engaña, yo sé que un hombre no debe llorar. Si los pastos conversaran esa pampa le diría de qué modo la quería.